Ekitike and Florian Wirtz, the two Liverpool strikers, with Andrew Robertson, Georgi Mamadashvili, Alexander Isak, Federico Chiesa, Rio Angamoa, Jeremy Frimpong, Calvin Ramsey and Welity Lucky, the Liverpool team and subs. Tottenham, Vicario in goal, Pedro Porro, Christian Romero, Mickey van der Ven and Jet Spence, the keeper and back four. Two holding midfielders in Rodrigo Bentancur and Archie Gray. Then Mohamed Kudus, Lucas Bergval and Xavi Simons. Randall Kolo Muani leads the line. And the subs for Tottenham: Kevin Danso, Ben Davis, Rado Dragusin, Brennan Johnson, Antonin Kinski, Joao Palhinha, Wilson Odobert and Matisse Tell. Referee John Brooks. Our summariser joining me for commentary, the Daily Mail's Lewis Steele. What's important for Liverpool in terms of how they start the game?
I think it's important for them to get control early doors, because that is something they've lacked for the last 2 months, up until maybe they started to turn a corner with the wins over Inter and Brighton in the last week. Tottenham, I've watched them a couple of times recently, and they're very inconsistent. You never know which version of them is going to turn up, but if the bad version of them turns up, then Liverpool may smell blood early doors here. They need to finish the chances when they come and maybe limit Spurs, because in the win over Brighton last week, they still maybe conceded a bit too many terms of chances for me. So Slot will want to solidify the defence a bit more still.
But what you would say is that Brighton have a lot more about them in an attacking sense than what we've seen from Tottenham so far this season.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I have to say I am, or I certainly was, a big fan of Thomas Frank at Brentford, but his Spurs
I think we've all been surprised by the way things have started off from here.
Just look quite bang average for me, and they leak goals. You saw the mistake that the goalie made at Forest last week, and Archie Gray as well. So Liverpool can really punish them here. They scored 6 here at Liverpool last season. I'm not going to say they'll score similar tonight, but I do fancy them to get a couple of goals and give those fans an early Christmas treat.
Early Christmas treat would certainly be welcome as far as Liverpool are concerned. The Liverpool players are in a huddle, arms round each other, and Virgil van Dijk whispering words of wisdom. And they break from their little huddle, and high fives aplenty. Tottenham at the other end are doing something similar. And we're set fair for a game between two sides that so far haven't lived up to expectations in the season as a whole, but Liverpool certainly a lot more about them in recent weeks. And Tottenham kick off, and it's immediately worked back to Vicario. Right-footed clearance, long downfield. Konate challenges, doesn't get anything of it, but it breaks for Curtis Jones to loop it forward. Headed back forward by Romero. Cleared long downfield by Conor Bradley. Tottenham work it back into Liverpool territory, and Kudus turns away from one challenge, and then Pedro Porro with a long right-footed pass swinging out towards the left-hand side. When it drops down, Conor Bradley volleys it upfield, but Tottenham, with Mickey van der Ven, regained possession, 10 yards short of halfway, left-hand side, slides the ball down the left. Jet Spence in field to Xavi Simons, but Liverpool do well to win it back, and Florian Wirtz very adept at gathering the ball, keeping it tight to his body and finding help in field from Dominic Szoboszlai, who just managed to get the pass back to Conor Bradley as two Tottenham players snapped in with potential challenges. Liverpool building from the back with Konate and Van Dijk exchanging passes. Then to the left to Kerkez. Kerkez sidesteps Kudus. Has to check back because Kudus, rapid as you like, manages to get back goal side. So Gravenberch shows for possession to receive the pass from Curtis Jones. Liverpool go back out to the left. Kerkez downfield. Cross in. Tottenham get it clear, but Liverpool have it back. Flags up for offside. And Tottenham have got themselves a free kick, but Keko's getting forward to good effect down that left-hand side, and that's the thing about this formation, is they natural width can come from the fullbacks.
Yeah, you see Milos Kerkez last season at Bournemouth. I think one of the main reasons Liverpool have signed him was the fact that he was bombing on down that left flank. We've not seen too much of that in a Liverpool shirt, but maybe the last couple of games he's done it a bit more, and he's got a great cross on him, so it's good.
Tottenham in possession, forward ball towards Bergvall. Escapes the attentions of two Liverpool players, but Liverpool managed to win it back. Helped inside the centre circle, but Tottenham challenge. And back they go to Christian Romero from Bentancur, and to the goalkeeper. Long downfield from Vicario into the North London black sky. Possession lost on the right-hand side by Ugo Ekitike. Driving forward is Jed Spence. Ekitike's gone down. Spence helps it on to Simmons. Mohamed Kudus. 10 yards, 5 maybe from the edge of the penalty area. In comes the cross. Liverpool managed to get it away. Ugo Ekitike's still down. He's holding his face. See the challenge, and we're seeing it again on the monitor. Well, he did take a... Jed Spence did extend his arm. I'm not trying to say there was any malice or forethought, but he actually caught him on the nose, didn't he?
Yeah, it looks a nasty one for Ugo Ekitike, especially here in the cold. I probably felt that in the nose a little bit, but I don't think it was deliberate from Jed Spence. Good defending from Liverpool there, though, because Spence had a lot of space to exploit. Yeah, and it looked dangerous for a second, but they just got men behind the ball and settled it well.
Thankfully, they were able to get the cross from Mohamed Kudus clear. So hopefully Ugo Ekitike is going to be okay. I think the referees say to him, John Brooks, that he's got to leave the field. Not much sympathy shown towards Ugo Ekitike by the looks of things from the referee, but he's under orders. If you've gone down and received treatment, you have to leave the field of play. And we're going to start with an uncontested drop ball for Liverpool. Almost midway inside their own half. It's going to be dropped towards Konate, and he's been ordered to turn it back to his goalkeeper by the referee, and he does precisely that. Alisson out towards the left-hand side to Milos Kerkez. Miscontrols it. Took his eye off the ball, and Tottenham come forward. Link up between Bergvall and Spence. In comes the cross. Liverpool don't deal with it. Driven shot. Oh! Deflected. Out for a throw in, almost for a corner now towards the left-hand side. And Liverpool at 6s and 7s as the cross came in from the right-hand side. And the driven shot was deflected. Thankfully, behind from Kolo Muani, out for a throw-in. And it's going to be taken by Bergvall, level with the 6-yard box, left-hand side. Goes back towards the hoardings. He's winding himself up for a long throw-in towards that 6-yard box. In it comes. Plenty of height on it and distance. Liverpool get first contact on it. Tottenham give it away, but Liverpool can't hang on to possession, and in the end, it comes off Bergvall, and Liverpool have themselves a throw-in. Dangerous moments defensively for the Reds, Lewis.
Yeah, I thought Kolo Muani was going to score there, but Conor Bradley just puts a leg out and just gets there at the nick of time. But that was a big chance for Spurs and a big warning for Liverpool.
Liverpool building on the right-hand side from the throw-in. Szoboszlai allows it to go out of play. Throw midway inside the Liverpool half. 6 minutes gone, no goals. Total Sport Saturday. 2 nighttime commentaries for you. First of all, here from the Tottenham Stadium, then we've got Everton versus Arsenal to come. That one's an 8 o'clock kickoff. The only station to bring you every domestic commentary on every Liverpool and Everton match. The ball has gone harmlessly downfield, and Liverpool have themselves a goal kick away to our left-hand side. And Virgil van Dijk's going to take it. I wonder if that is the policy that Liverpool have used plenty of times in the past. It's a poor clearance from the goal kick, but thankfully it comes up to the position that Conor Bradley has, approaching halfway. Forward ball towards Ekitike. Tottenham win it back, and then Liverpool with Gravenberch in a good position to win it back in the right back position. Tried to get it forward. Liverpool have to instead, as Tottenham get everybody back behind the ball, show a little bit more patience, and Van Dijk linking up there with Curtis Jones, dropping deep. Inside it comes towards Florian Wirtz, and back to Gravenberch. Conor Bradley in a good position on the right-hand side, 15 yards inside the Tottenham half. Back to Wirtz and Szoboszlai. Right-footed ball to the left of the centre circle to Virgil van Dijk. Controls it and picks out Kerkez. It's a cross in, but it's dealt with and headed away. And Curtis Jones loses out to Bentancur. Forward ball towards Xavi Simons, but Liverpool, in the shape of Virgil van Dijk, managed to deal with that. Trying to build with a bit of patience. Tottenham showing a good defensive shape. Lewis Steele, that it's not been particularly a feature of their play.
No, it's not. They've got a high line, and there's Ekitike trying to exploit that now. But
long ball forward, Ekitike inside the penalty area manages to regain possession after going down inside the box under a challenge from Romero. And in the end, it's cleared by Jed Spence against Conor Bradley, and Tottenham have a throw-in in their own defensive third. It's making the point there with Alisson not taking the goal kicks. I wonder if a lot of that direction is geared towards him, with them having so many muscle injuries over the past couple of seasons.
It could well be, yeah. And it was a weird one from Van Dijk. It was almost like he miskicked it completely, but it ended up not being a bad pass at all.
Managed to find a Liverpool player, which is the main thing, but Liverpool win it back. Played forward towards Ugo Ekitike from Conor Bradley after Tottenham gave away possession from that throw-in. Helped in by Bradley from the right-hand side. Ekitike couldn't get on the end of it before Vicario came to claim it. Tottenham build from the back. 9 minutes gone, 0-0. Bentancur out to Porro on the right, back in for Romero. Christian Romero pointing forward to Jed Spence where he wants him to go. Further into the Liverpool half. Pedro Porro is the recipient of the pass, though, from Romero. Lofted ball down the inside right channel, comfortably collected by Alisson in the Liverpool goal. All in green tonight. Out comes the throw. Konate's pass towards Bradley wasn't the best, and in the end it's gone out of play for a throw-in to Tottenham. Jed Spence goes back to Van der Ven and back to the goalkeeper. And Tottenham, as it's Romero, back to Vicario, lofted ball forward. Games between Liverpool and Tottenham, plenty of goals over the past few seasons. Precious little goal-mouth action, though, Lewis Steele, in the opening 10 minutes.
Yeah, not much at all, really, for the Liverpool forwards to feast on. I think there's been quite a few sloppy moments, really. Konate gave the ball away a bit too cheaply a minute ago. Kerkez a minute before that. They just need to settle a little bit here, I think.
McAllister's pass is deflected off a Tottenham player into the path of Kerkez on the left. Kerkez goes back to Virgil van Dijk. Curtis Jones drops in to that central position as the centre-back split, and Liverpool come forward with Gravenberch. Lovely ball from Wirtz out towards the right-hand side for Conor Bradley. In comes the cross. Tottenham get ahead, get a touch on it, but can't get it clear. Liverpool retrieve it with Kerkez. Low crossing, cleared right-footed by Bentancur. Only as far as Alexis McAllister, beaten to it by Mohamed Kudus. And Kudus fouled McAllister, according to the referee. And Liverpool have themselves a free kick, and if they didn't have themselves a free kick, they could have found themselves with problems to deal with there.
Yeah, I'd like to see this one again.
It's a clear barge, I think, wasn't it,
there
by
is,
Kudus.
but Spurs fans are upset about it, but yeah, you're right, he does barge him out of the way. That was a dangerous breakaway for Spurs as well. They had Kudus and Simons on the counter. Kerkez was way out of position on that side, so probably breathe a sigh of relief. They've got this free kick and a good chance to put it in the box as well now.
Liverpool free kick. Almost maybe just past the midpoint of the Tottenham half, out on the left-hand side, 3 or 4 yards in from that left touchline. Szoboszlai is going to take it right-footed. Tottenham have got a high line of 2, 4, 6, 8 players on the edge of their penalty area. Liverpool, indeed red shirts in around the box, 3 in offside positions. They're going to run back just before it's taken, and it comes. Free kick, Van Dijk's there, heads it goalwards, saved by Vicario. The right direction, just not enough power on that, but good signs for Liverpool from the free kick, and there's another foul. Pedro Porro just a little bit overzealous with the challenge on Dominik Szoboszlai.
Yeah, unlucky from Van Dijk there. He got a good connection on it, but it was straight at Vicario, straight down the goalkeeper's throat. But what a ball this is from Szoboszlai, right on the money. Van Dijk maybe just stretching for it. If he puts it either side, then that's going to be really troubling the goalkeeper. But similar position now for this free kick, maybe a little bit further forward. So another chance to put it on Van Dijk's head.
Slightly further in, it's about 10 yards in from that left touchline, slightly closer. And Szoboszlai curls it in right-footed towards the near post. This is a low, flat one, and Tottenham managed to deal with it with Porro. Combines with Simmons. Upfield it goes to Mohamed Kudus. Infield, Bergvall leaves it for Bentancur. Has Jed Spence outside him, left-hand side. Jed Spence faces up to Florian Wirtz, cuts in field, finds support from Christian Romero. Romero gets it back from Porro. Everybody inside the Liverpool half, bar Vicario. Out it goes to Xavi Simmons. Come on, you Spurs. From the Tottenham fans. Ripples around the stadium. Bergvall helps it on to Mickey van der Ven. Tottenham back in the middle of the Liverpool half with Romero's ball to Kolo Muani. Out to the right-hand side to Mohamed Kudus. On his left foot, of course. Gets an overlapping run from Porro. In comes the low cross. Contact with the head there from Randall Kolo Muani, but didn't manage to get the direction on it. Thankfully enough, it's behind for a goal kick. Lewis Steele.
Yeah, Spurs with a couple of nice moments the last couple of minutes. I think we know they've been poor in recent weeks, but they do have some handy players. Mohamed Kudus can create things out of nothing. Xavi Simons too. So Liverpool have to be careful not to give those players too much space.
Forward ball to Florian Wirtz from Alisson. Helped it up the pitch towards a possible run from Ugo Ekitike. I don't think was on the same sort of wavelength. That was good, quick thinking from Wirtz. But Tottenham work it upfield. 14, almost 15 minutes gone at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. 0-0 it is. Poor ball from Porro. Out towards the right touchline for Xavi Simmons. Out of play it goes. Liverpool have a throw-in. Thrown back for the captain, Virgil van Dijk. Here's Gravenberg. Ryan Gravenberg looks for options. Finds one short in Curtis Jones. Shovels it back to Gravenberg. On for Konate. Safest option is to turn it back to Alisson. Back out to Konate in the right back position. Long ball forward towards Ekitike. It's cleared by Romero, but only as far as Szoboszlai. Pass from Szoboszlai isn't accurate enough, and before Wirtz could get there, Porro clears long downfield to Mohamed Kudus. Kudus stopped and allowed the Liverpool players to get back, and they move it to the right-hand side. And thankfully, the possibilities of that quick Tottenham counter have gone now. Liverpool, all the red shirts back behind the ball. Simmons out towards Porro, left-footed ball forward for Bentancur, followed by Konate, left edge of the penalty area. Out it goes to the right-hand side. In comes the cross, headed down by Kolo Muani. Bentancur completely missed kicks. Slices it, but it's kept in by Jed Spence on the left-hand side. Gets it back from Bentancur. Has Bergvall outside him. Looking for options. Back it comes to Van der Ven. Van der Ven. Bentancur. Liverpool maintaining their discipline, not making headlong movements towards it. Tottenham try and prise their back line open. Conor Marley goes back to Bentancur. Short ball to Simmons, 15 yards from the edge of the penalty area. Simmons gets it back. Out towards the right-hand side to Mohamed Kudus. Gets it back from Xavi Simmons. In the end, it's gone out of play for a Liverpool throw-in on that far side. And Liverpool doing well to keep their defensive shape and not have anybody rushing towards the ball and trying to press on their own, or a two-man press that would leave themselves open.
Yeah, I think Spurs have had a few moments where you think, oh, this could be a good opening, but before you know it, Spurs are back with Romero or Van der Ven, and that's credit to Liverpool, sort of forcing them back, if you will. Maybe as well you could say Spurs players lacking in a bit of attacking confidence, but Liverpool are containing them quite well, which will please the manager after 18 minutes here. But he want a bit more when Liverpool do get the ball, of course.
Need to show a bit more attacking zest than we've seen from them so far. 0-0 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The ball's back with the goalkeeper for Tottenham, Vicario, out towards the right-hand side. Porro goes back to central defenders, and we're going to see a run inside the penalty from Jed Spence. Jed Spence has fouled Conor Bradley, as Bradley challenged for the ball. According to the referee, John Brooks, there was too much in the challenge from Jed Spence as he pushed Conor Bradley to the deck. Didn't look to be an awful lot in it, and thankfully the referee has erred on the side of Liverpool on this occasion.
Yeah, Conor Bradley may be a tad lucky with that one. He's done very well to get in front of Jed Spence, get the right side of him, but then he's sort of maybe gone down a bit too easy, and Spence would have had a chance. Spurs fans are furious.
Tottenham throw-in, left-hand side, 0-0. Jed Spence is going to take it. Downfield it goes. Looking for Randall Colomwani. Can't keep it in place, so Liverpool have a throw-in. Conor Bradley to take. Referee's got a smile on his face. John Brooks, for some reason or other. Hooked downfield by Dominic Szoboszlai from the ball thrown into him from Bradley. Tottenham win it back. Kudus out towards the left-hand side for Bergvall. Can't keep it in play from the pass from Bentancur. And Liverpool have a throw. Very untidy opening 20 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think either team's doing particularly well at keeping hold of the ball. I'd like to see a bit more of Liverpool's creative players. I'd like to see a bit more of Florian Wirtz on the ball, for example. He's been quiet so far.
Liverpool building up towards halfway with Virgil van Dijk. Left-hand side, Milos Kerkez. Florian Wirtz makes a forward move. The pass was intended for him from Kerkez, but came off Pedro Porro. Kerkez takes the throw quickly, back to Virgil van Dijk, just inside Liverpool territory. Looks for options. Tottenham, everybody back behind the ball. Ibrahim Konate. Short ball for Gravenberch. Gravenberch to the right-hand side. Konate inside the centre circle, inside the Liverpool half. Gravenberch again involved for the Reds. Curtis Jones offers himself. Receives possession. Turns it right-footed back towards Ibrahim Konate. Virgil van Dijk to his left. Van Dijk thought about Kerkez as a passing opportunity. Instead shifts it to the other side, to the right of centre for Curtis Jones. Lovely forward ball towards Gravenberch. In came the challenge from Mickey van der Ven, who spotted the run of Gravenberch and thumps it out for a Liverpool throw-in level with the edge of the penalty area on the right-hand side. Going to be taken by Conor Bradley. 2 balls on the pitch. So Curtis Jones boots one of them out, and then the throw-in's taken by Bradley to McAllister. The pass back from McAllister didn't have enough on it to reach its target. It is put out of play, and Liverpool have a throw, and it came off Yavi Simons. Cross from Conor Bradley on the right-hand side, deflects off Jed Spence, and Liverpool have got themselves a corner on the right, going to be taken by McAllister. And when you consider the aerial prowess of Virgil van Dijk and what we saw from that free kick from the left, interesting to see what happens here from this corner kick on the right.
Yeah, they might miss Salah. He had a good delivery from the corner last week. First time I thought that tonight.
McAllister steadied himself. In it comes right-footed. Oh, it was aimed for Wirtz. Managed to get the header back across the face of goal, but didn't find its intended target. It was swung out towards Florian Wirtz, and just got a flick header on it. Tottenham in possession. Forward it comes towards Colin Mahoney from Christian Romero. Too much on it, and it's gone out of play for a Liverpool goal kick. But that was a training ground corner kick played out towards Florian Wirtz, maybe 12 yards out, and he got the header on it, but couldn't direct it into the space he wanted to.
Yeah, the old pinball, it was really hammered towards him, wasn't it? It ended up with Spurs on the counter, but they did nothing with it, as has been the case quite a lot when they've sprung forward in this game.
Liverpool have possession on the edge of their own penalty with Virgil van Dijk. Forward from Curtis Jones, helped on there from Florian Wirtz. Szoboszlai, Conor Bradley in space right-hand side. Jed Spence tracks across to try and help deal with him. Nice ball from Szoboszlai to Jones, back out towards the right-hand side. Tottenham get it clear, but at the cost of a throw into Liverpool. Taken by Bradley. Szoboszlai turns it back to Van Dijk. Forward it comes to Gravenberch. Couldn't control it. And his pass out towards the left-hand side. No possibility of McAllister getting on the end of that, and it's gone behind for a goal kick to Tottenham. Still a real dearth of goal-mouth action, certainly as far as Liverpool are concerned, because they, apart from Van Dijk's header from Szoboszlai's free kick, they've hardly been in and around the Tottenham penalty area.
No, they've played some nice passes through the middle in the last couple of minutes, but
it's just up to the penalty box, isn't it?
Yeah, apart from that, you really want a little bit more from Liverpool in terms of creating chances. Hugo Ekitike's barely touched the ball, and at the other end, Colin Mahoney had that good chance that Bradley got in the way of, so Spurs probably had the best chance so far. You'd want to see more from Liverpool in the next 5 or so minutes, definitely.
Coming up to the 25-minute mark, still 0-0. Liverpool in possession with Gravenberch, exchanges passes with Curtis Jones, finds Konate to the right-hand side of the centre circle, back for Gravenberch, short pass for Curtis Jones, who's on the left-hand side of the centre circle, back out to the left. Florian Wirtz makes a run in field. Liverpool go back to Van Dijk, and then Curtis Jones, always available. Szoboszlai inside the centre circle, inside the Tottenham half. Tottenham, everybody back behind the ball. Very disciplined first 25 minutes from the home side. Jones for Konate, and back to Alisson. Alisson, edge of the D. Short pass for Curtis Jones. Long ball forward. Far too straight for Conor Bradley to have any hope of getting on the end of that, and it's thankfully, from a Tottenham perspective, all the way through to Vicaria. But Liverpool just haven't really been able to find Ekitike in advanced positions, and little sign of any combination work from Ekitike and Florian Wirtz so far. But here come Tottenham. Crossfield ball from Archie Gray. Building towards the edge of the penalty area. Driven shot from Mohamed Kudus from distance. It's blocked, but it rebounds out for Jed Spence. Left edge of the box, and down towards the dead ball line he goes. And then back for Archie Gray. Simons out towards the right-hand side. A low cross from Porro is blocked, and he gets a second chance. Hooks it skywards. Tottenham with it there. They've got a chance. Headed straight at Alisson from the edge of the 6-yard box from Randall Kolo-Muani. And Liverpool very fortunate to keep their goal intact. Good positioning from Alisson. And then Konate is robbed of possession far too easily in Liverpool's own defensive third as he ambled out of the penalty area and beyond. And Tottenham move it through Simons out towards Porro on the right. Back for Romero, midway inside the Liverpool half. Short ball for Bentancur. Left-footed to the left-hand side for Jed Spence. Level with the edge of the penalty area. Cuts in on his right foot. Tries to cross, but Liverpool managed to get it clear. And then Liverpool win themselves a free kick for a foul on Ekitike. But that was a golden opportunity for Kolo-Muani, but thankfully no real power on the header.
Yeah, when he goes to sleep tonight, I think when he closes his eyes, he'll be thinking of that chance and the one he had about 15 minutes ago as well, because Kolo-Muani's had two really good opportunities to score here, and he's been rather wasteful. Liverpool will be probably counting themselves lucky that he's not brought his shooting boots with him today, clearly, but they can't give him as much space in the box again, because maybe it'll be third time lucky for him.
Liverpool building with Florian Wirtz. Back it goes to Ryan Gravenberch. Curtis Jones, and then back inside the centre circle. Konate. Conor Bradley. Szoboszlai helps it back to Gravenberch. Gravenberch. Van Dijk's right-footed ball to the left-hand side for Milos Kerkez. Back for Curtis Jones. Gravenberch again inside the centre circle, inside the Tottenham half. 28 and a half minutes gone, 0-0. Tottenham Merseyside. Live at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Liverpool trying to prize open this Tottenham back line. Thankfully they win a throw-in. After giving away possession, Tottenham do likewise and put the ball out of play. Liverpool trying to build on the left-hand side and then back in field to Curtis Jones, who's seen plenty of possession in the opening 29 minutes of this game. Liverpool just look lacking imagination and invention so far as Simons brings down Virgil van Dijk. And Van Dijk looks slightly uncomfortable there, and I think we're going to see the first yellow card of proceedings tonight, and that was wholly unnecessary, the challenge, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a weird one. It seemed to be Simmons was nowhere near him, and then he just completely dives into the challenge, sort of stands on the back of Van Dijk's Achilles almost. That's nasty. That studs up.
That was really, really nasty.
Completely unnecessary as well.
Oh, down the back of his calf, and
could have done some serious damage.
And the further it came down towards his Achilles, well, yeah, I think there is a case. It's being checked for a possible red card. And if Xavi Simons finds himself getting his marching orders, he can only have himself to blame. I know these incidents always look a lot worse when they're slowed down, but he had little or no chance of getting the ball. So well was it shepherded by Virgil van Dijk, who's back on his feet, but looking slightly the worse for wear. And there's a break in play. Tottenham manager Thomas Frank anxiously chewing his gum, talking to the fourth official and telling Anthony Taylor why that's a load of nonsense. But I think there's a real case to answer here, because that was a reckless challenge. He's going to look at the screen, and I think we know what's coming next. It's never a guarantee, but 95% or more occasions when the referees are told to go to the screen, they're told to go to the screen because VAR tells them they think they've missed something.
Yeah, and I think that the referee has missed something. I mean, I don't blame him because he's so far away. On first viewing up here, it didn't look too bad, but as soon as you see the replay, it's a terrible
nasty,
tackle, and I'm not really sure what What's gone through his head?
He's nowhere near the ball. He has no chance whatsoever with that challenge of getting near the ball, and that has to be part of the referee's view of what he sees. He's made a reckless challenge, no chance of getting the ball. I think he's getting sent off. Now here comes John Brooks. He's going to put the microphone on shortly, and we'll get the verdict. Microphone is on. Decision is red card. Xavi Simons is shown the red card. He'll play no further part in this game. It's a fixture that has a history of red cards in recent years, and Tottenham, no matter what Thomas Frank is saying now, they can have little complaint about that. He had no chance of getting anywhere near the ball. Now, the Tottenham fans are booing the decision because it's just been shown on the big screen. How can you boo that when you've seen... Well, Tottenham, Simons comes off the pitch. Down the tunnel he goes, and he gets a pat on the back and a handshake from his manager.
Not sure he deserves a pat on the back, to be honest.
Liverpool take the free kick. Headed in towards the edge of the penalty area by Milos Kerkez. Tottenham win it back, and Liverpool win it back. Poke forward is Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones brought down. Now, Tottenham are losing their heads, and losing them quickly, because every challenge that Christian Romero, is no stranger to misdeeds and misfortune on the field when it comes to reckless challenges. Milos Kerkez was just being stood on there by Randall Colin-Moani. And Liverpool have got a free kick. 34 minutes gone, it still remains goalless in North London. Kerkez with a cross after a short free kick, away by Archie Gray. Now Tottenham with a free kick for a foul by Gravenberg. Ironic cheers from the Tottenham fans, but Liverpool, and we know about the stories of the 10 men and how resilient and they find fortitude. Liverpool, Lewis Steele, have to take advantage of this.
They do, because we were saying a minute or so before the red card that Spurs have, contained Liverpool in this game. Liverpool have barely created anything. I can't remember the goalkeeper making a meaningful save so far. And you'd be furious if you were Thomas Frank, because Simons didn't need to make that tackle, and now Spurs are up against it.
Christian Romero, Liverpool do well to win it back there, initially with Florian Wirtz, but then it's given away, and Tottenham break towards the edge of the penalty, and Mohamed Kudus has a crack at goal. Liverpool stand firm, and it's blocked, but Kudus chases out and gets it back, but then Florian Wirtz for Liverpool finds Szoboszlai, finds Curtis Jones, in fact, on that left touchline. Curtis Jones is challenged, goes out of play. Liverpool throw. Jones throws it to Florian Wirtz, back defending on the edge of his own penalty area. Konate out towards the right-hand side for Bradley. Infield for Szoboszlai. Turns and looks forward and finds support from McAllister. McAllister's pass for Curtis Jones has Kerkez beyond him out towards the left touchline. Back in field for Gravenberg. Konate has Conor Bradley to his right, 15 yards from the edge of the penalties, but goes back to Konate. Short ball for Szoboszlai. Tottenham, everybody back behind the ball, making it difficult for Liverpool to find space to get the measure of Tottenham's defensive resolve. But here's Florian Wirtz, huge save by the goalkeeper, diving away to his left-hand side. That was a good effort from Wirtz. Side-footed goalwards, didn't have an awful lot of power on it, but had the right direction. And good save from Vicario. We'll get Lewis Steele's thoughts on that shortly, but Liverpool work it out towards the left-hand side. Nice link up between Florian Wirtz and Kerkez. Wirtz pulls it back. Oh, just didn't break for Ekitike and actually cannoned off his right boot and behind for a goal kick. But Liverpool close to a goal there, and Florian Wirtz twice looking the part inside the penalty area. When he pulled it back there, it broke off Romero and just hit Ekitike behind for a goal kick.
But it's two brilliant bits of play from Florian Wirtz. The first one, he takes it on the half turn, and it's Liverpool's best chance of the match by far. The only grumble you can have, it wasn't quite in the corner, it sort of invited it to be saved from Vicario. The second one, he sort of creates something out of nothing really, and he's maybe unlucky. But since the red card, Liverpool have had two really promising moments, so 8 minutes till half time, you may be thinking, can they take the lead into the break if they can get it?
Nice cushion-headed pass from Ekitike to Florian Wirtz, and immediately back to Ekitike, but Tottenham got a touch on it, win back possession, forward ball, and Randall Colomwani looked as though he was in there. Great goalkeeping, initially with a dive at the feet of Colomwani, and then as the ball came out of the box, he stepped up, Alisson, and had to use his feet, and gets Liverpool going and building up towards the halfway line and beyond now. Ryan Gravenberch for Konate to the right of centre inside the Tottenham half. Conor Bradley 15 yards from the edge of the penalty area on the right, back for Konate. Virgil van Dijk in the central position, right-footed ball to the left for Wirtz. Wirtz short ball for Jones, back for Kerkez. McAllister making a forward move towards the edge of the penalty area, goes back out for Kerkez. Curtis Jones, Gravenberch. Difficult to find space in around this Tottenham penalty area. So many men back behind the ball almost constantly. That's a lovely pass for Kerkez. In comes the low cross. It broke off Van der Ven, but cleared skywards by Jed Spence. Might break inside the penalty area, almost for Ekitike. But Romero clears long downfield. And Liverpool with Ekitike just touching it back to McAllister, long downfield. Ekitike coming back from an offside position. Free kick for Tottenham, 38, almost 39 minutes gone. There will be plenty of time to add on at the end of the first half for various stoppages, but certainly the sending off of Xavi Simons. Tottenham free kick midway inside the Liverpool half. It's still 0-0. Lewis Steele.
Yeah, it is still nil, but you're wondering how long for. Liverpool are knocking on the door, shall we say now, whereas in the first half an hour, I don't think they created enough at all. Obviously, they've got that man advantage now. They need to make that count, but Spurs are still handy on the counter-attack.
Tottenham get the ball downfield, but immediately concede a free kick. Liverpool have taken it. Milos Kerkez infield for Curtis Jones. 20 yards inside the Tottenham half. Gravenberch moves it along to Conor Bradley, who's cut in from the right-hand side to a more right-of-centre position. Then Virgil van Dijk's right-footed ball to the left-hand side for Florian Wirtz, who's been the heart of everything that's been good for Liverpool. Wirtz helps it on to Kerkez, gets the cross in, it's deflected behind for a Liverpool corner left-hand side.
Yeah, Virgil van Dijk's getting booed by the Spurs fans. I'm not really sure what's wrong with getting studs on your Achilles. Not sure what he's done wrong there, but Spurs fans are aggrieved. I don't really think they have any.
There's no case to answer from that point of view in terms of how Virgil van Dijk handled being studs down the back of his calf down towards his Achilles when the offending player had no chance of getting near the ball. Liverpool corner kick on the left-hand side. Dominic Szoboszlai to swing it in right-footed in towards the near post. Keeper gets a punch on it. Tottenham in possession with Mohamed Kudus. The runner forward is Pedro Porro. He's going to keep it in play down towards the dead ball line right-hand side. Low cross. Fizzed across the 6-yard box. It missed out Colomwani, and Jed Spence couldn't get, thankfully, anything on the end of it. And it's gone out for a throw into Liverpool, but that was a dangerous counter there.
It was a brilliant ball from, I think it was Mohamed Kudus, and then the ball in the end, Jed Spence. If he got a connection behind that, you never know, it could have ended up 1-0. So, although they've got that man advantage, Spurs are still maybe threatening on the counter, so Liverpool do have to be careful not to throw too many men forward here.
Kirkes midway inside the Tottenham half. Infield to McAllister. 10 yards from the edge of the penalty area. Back it comes to Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones has support from Conor Bradley. Conor Bradley's pass for Jones. It's a dummy from Curtis Jones. It's not red, but it might break for Conor Bradley. Curtis Jones clips it in. Low cross towards Ekitike. It's blocked. And behind for a corner. Christian Romero is furious with the referee. Corner taken quickly. In comes the cross from Dominic Szoboszlai. Tottenham get it clear. Kirkes for Wirtz. Back towards Kirkes. Edge of the penalty area. Back for Wirtz on the left-hand side. 5 or 6 yards from the edge of the penalty area. Check back onto his right foot. In comes the low cross. Tottenham just managed to deal with it initially through Van der Ven up towards Bergvall. Gravenberch wins it back to Liverpool. Forward ball. And then Tottenham have got a counter on. Long downfield towards Bergvall. Tried to pull it back. Right-footed towards the Tottenham runners. And Liverpool got the block in, thankfully, with a crucial interception. Come block from Conor Bradley. Back it goes to Kudus. Pedro Porro for Christian Romero. Porro's there again. 15 yards inside the Liverpool half to the right of centre. Back to the halfway line for Christian Romero. Coming up to the 43-minute mark. Still goalless. Out it goes to the right-hand side. Kudus flags up for offside. Liverpool have a free kick. Lewis Steele.
Yeah, really good defending a minute ago there from Conor Bradley. Not the first time we've said that tonight either. He obviously was unlucky to miss that game last weekend with suspension, but he's going to play a big role in this Liverpool team over the next few weeks, especially with now Joe Gomez out. We're not sure how long he's out for, but Bradley...
It was a really important block as Bergvall crossed right-footed, because Tottenham had runners in towards the edge of the Liverpool penalty area, and Bradley, important block. Konate and Van Dijk move the ball up towards halfway and beyond, now with Kirkes. Kirkes for Florian Wirtz, and then Wirtz linking up with Curtis Jones, back with Van Dijk. You can tell it's Van Dijk. He's the player being booed for the Tottenham fans' misapprehension about what happened with the sending off. Kirkes concedes possession, but Liverpool do well to win it back. Gravenberch outmuscles Kolo Muani. Curtis Jones, and nice turn from Florian Wirtz, and a link up with Szoboszlai. Conor Bradley went without the ball and allowed Jed Spence to steal it from him. Racing downfield, he's quick as lightning, Spence. Bradley gets back goal side, and the referee sees through the dive from Jed Spence, who threw himself to the deck as he cuts in field, and Conor Bradley, I think, may have hurt himself as he fell to the deck. And Conor Bradley doesn't stay down unless he's hurt, and Liverpool are going to put the ball out of play, I think, even though they're inside the Tottenham half, because they can see Alisson is signalling, both arms aloft. Conor Bradley is beating the floor with his palms, and he's in a fair bit of discomfort there. Jed Spence racing down the right-hand side, and he cut across Conor Bradley and ran in towards the penalty area. But he needs Conor Bradley in his left thigh, and he also made contact with his knee as well, with the side of his knee.
Looks a nasty one, but probably just an impact injury rather than anything more serious. But again, it's Conor Bradley getting the right side of the defender. I think Spurs wanted a penalty at the time, but nothing really doing. Maybe more of a coming together than anything more sinister. But it's good defending from Liverpool there.
As much as Liverpool have looked a lot more threatening going forward, and some nice football up towards the Tottenham penalty area, and just one or two signs of creating better and more chances. Tottenham have looked threatening on the counter, and Liverpool have been too open to that.
Spurs have got a lot of pace on the counter. You think Kolo Muani, Kudus, Jed Spence when he gets forward, Bergvall as well. They're all quite quick players, aren't they? And they're causing problems for Liverpool, even though they're down to 10 men. Spurs, they are still committing players forward on the counter attack. We saw Conor Bradley's made 2 good interventions defensively in the last 2 or 3 minutes, and they've been needed because Spurs are still threatening despite having that man disadvantage.
I'm not sure we're seeing as much as we should be doing of Alexis McAllister for Liverpool in the offensive positions when they... I mean, let's be honest, Tottenham very resilient, their back line at the moment, and they've got almost every white shirt back behind the ball on every occasion, so it is difficult to try and pick open this Tottenham defence, but they have to look to people like McAllister to offer a little bit more.
Yeah, you'd like to see McAllister offer a little bit more. He's not...
He's such a good player, isn't he?
Wirtz has had his moments in this game, Curtis Jones too, but McAllister, as you say, has been the quietest of the midfielders, shall we say. I'm just
not enough influence.
Yeah, I'm just looking down there. Isak's warming up, and
Conor Bradley.
You sort of think maybe in the second half does he sacrifice a midfielder and put Isak on at some point?
I think Conor Bradley is going to come back on. He's going to try and run that off. That will be painful, but particularly when you get to the 20th of December and it's getting colder as the night draws on. Liverpool in possession inside the Tottenham half. Exchange of passes between Van Dijk and Konate. Out it goes to the left-hand side. Kerkez linking up there with Wirtz. Gravenberg. Tottenham, all them white shirts, trying to deny Liverpool the space in which to fully function in a creative sense and open them up. And McAllister linking up with Bradley. Szoboszlai, Alexis McAllister on the ball. Nice little flick on from Ekitike towards Szoboszlai, but Tottenham deal with it with Archie Gray. Cleared against Bradley, and Jed Spence goes back to his goalkeeper. Oh, it's a poor clearance from Vicario, who's made a habit of those lately. Conor Bradley forward towards the edge of the penalty area. Tottenham with 2 headers from Bentancur and Van der Ven out towards the left to Spence, and then downfield and out for a throw into Liverpool. The 3 minutes of time are up. I think we're going to get the referee's half-time whistle shortly. 0-0 it is. Liverpool pressing constantly, but not looking too dangerous in that final third, as often as Arne Slot would like. They're in possession now. Threaded pass from Curtis Jones looking for Alexis McAllister, who made a forward run. Tottenham clear downfield. Referee's got the whistle in his mouth, has he? Ball out towards the left for Florian Wirtz. Tries to keep it in play. Right-footed, it just ran away from him. But it's gone out for a Liverpool throw-in. Level with the penalty spot on the left-hand side. Kerkez throws it back to Curtis Jones in towards McAllister. Is he going to shoot? Takes a deflection. Have we got time for another corner? Well, the referee says we have, and we're nearly up to the 50-minute mark, so that will be 5 minutes for the 3 that we added on, but did have a stoppage in stoppage time, as Szoboszlai is going to take this corner on the right-hand side. Last attack of the first half. Szoboszlai to take. Left arm aloft is the signal to his teammate. Swings it towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Florian Wirtz shot is charged down by Bentancur. Still we play on. Bentancur clears, finds Bergvall. And then there's a foul by Curtis Jones. And Tottenham have themselves a free kick, but there's not going to be enough time for it because the half-time whistle is blown by John Brooks